Hello. Hi, guys. Good evening. It's Thursday, July the 13th, 2023. And it's time for the Conscious Creators ToolBox.
Alert
So,
from calendar.
welcome to the Conscious Creators
TCCTB.
ToolBox. I'm Jean Aaron, and I am going to be uh, your host tonight. Anyway, good to see everybody. I've been kind of down for a little while. I'm going to kind of talk to you a little bit about that later, but it's good to be here. It's good to be here. So welcome tonight for tonight's session of the Conscious Creators Toolbox. Remember, the Conscious Creators Toolbox is an opportunity for me to share with you, to remind you who you are, whose you are, what you are, what you can do, what you got. So anyway, welcome to our YouTube channel. We're broadcasting live via our YouTube channel. Been doing it for several months now and getting kind of used to it. It turns out some noise here, and so I can concentrate and be with you. Well, anyway, every Thursday night, like I said before, we come every Thursday night at 7:00, barring a few glitches here and there and a few reschedules and timeouts. Let's see, I'm gonna have to turn off some things here. Okay, that might work. Anyway, Conscious Creators, like I said, it's an opportunity to identify and to discover and explore and sharpen your creativity, your creative tools. I call it the toolbox because we have an array of creative tools, tools that we use to create and manifest and enjoy our lives, create our destinies, make our dreams come true, grant our wishes. We do it, they say, who makes your dreams come true? You do. Who manifests the things that you want in your life? You do. You're the creator. You're the conscious, aware, and awakened co-creator with the universe, with each other, with other co-creators like yourself, like me. We get together and we create and manifest our world and our lives and our experiences and make our dreams come true and grant ourselves wishes, each other's wishes. We help do that. So anyway, that's what we do on Thursday night, and we like I said, we take a closer look at our creative tools and our creative powers. We sometimes we have to go out to the tool shed, dig into the toolbox, and dig them out. Sometimes we don't even know what we got in the toolbox. Sometimes we get, we start realizing that I need to manifest this. I need to make this happen in my life, and I need this tool or I need that tool. So we on Thursday night we kind of get together and kind of look at a tool, at least one tool, every Thursday night. Sometimes, like I said, we're discovering it brand new. Never taking it out of the box. It's still, it's dusty. Sometimes we have to take them out and polish them up, oil them up, tune them up, get the manual out sometimes, and figure out how to use this thing. We've got all kinds of creative tools. Absolutely. You know what? I was thinking the other day that everything, every situation, every experience, everything that we encounter in our lives is an opportunity. It's something that we can use or utilize, or that we can benefit from it. It can be part of our arsenal of creativity that we can incorporate into our creativity to use to manifest and to create and to make our dreams come true in our realities and the lives that we want. I have to remind you that it's you, your very self, is who actually create your life and your experiences. Everything about you, absolutely everything about you. You created it. You made it happen. whether you wanted to or not, whether you are aware that you did it, or you did it by default, because that's your default button, your default setting is creativity. You cannot not create, because that's what you are. You're a creator. And my mission and my purpose in this lifetime and this time in this journey that I'm on is to help you and to help myself, help all of us really recognize and become more and more aware and tuned into what we're doing, how we're manifesting, and how we're making things happen to ourselves, for ourselves, and because of ourselves. Like I said, we are creators. We cannot not create. So that's what we do. So on Thursday night, we come in and we take a look at those tools. And, just to kind of give you an idea of some of the things that we talk about, we talk about our belief systems. Because if you don't believe it, you can't create it. You can't make it happen. Nothing is going to happen in your life if you don't believe that it can happen. The words that we speak. Somebody was saying the other day, I want you to talk a little bit about how words become, how we use words to create. Well, the creator, source, God, did that. God spoke, and everything that we see and we experience in our collective universe, in our collective world, in our life, God said, let there be, and it was, and it created us in creator's image, and we can have and we can do and we can be all that creator can have and do, because we have the same life, the same beingness, the same I amness in us. We have a piece of that. We have a piece of Father's source, God's being in ourselves, and that's what gives us our life. That's the core of who we are. The core of who we are. By nature, we are creators, like our creator, like our Father, like our source, like universe. Whatever it is that you believe to be your source, to be your creator, what you call your God, and I mean absolutely whatever it is you consider as your source of being, you were created out of that same stuff, and you have the same powers and the same abilities you can do and have and be, all that your creator. And you're only restricted and limited by what you believe to be the power and the haves and have nots of who your Father is, your source is, your creator is. Me, myself, I will tell you that my God, my creator, my source, is able and has power to do absolutely everything, any and everything that my source, that my power, my Father, my God can do. I don't restrict any. He can do all things, and so can I. I believe that about Father. I'm a chip off the old block. I'm like my daddy. You're like your father too. And like I said, and like I always like to just kind of sum it up and say, we are an unlimited, unrestricted, created being, created by and in the image of our maker, our creator, our source, our God, universe, whatever it is, however you designate God to be. You created that creator. You're created out of the same stuff, the same energy, creation energy. And we can have and do and be all that creator, Father, God, universe, source can have and do and be. And our source and our Father and our creator, God, doesn't restrict anything or limit us in any way whatsoever. All that he has, all that's available to God is available and accessible to us. We are just like I say, we're just like our daddy, right? Hey, hopefully I'm going to be here 10 minutes in. I'm going to probably be here not too long tonight. I'm still kind of going through some family kind of things. And if I get a chance before I start in tonight, I'll kind of share some things with you. But tonight's topic is the power of presence. The power of presence. Now, as conscious, aware, and awakened creators, co-creators, we know that the only real time, if there is a time, we call time as an illusion, but the only the most important time. The most important time is the present time. Is the now time. Is our now. Is our the moment that we're in. Right this moment is the most real, the most this is our reality. This is this is the most important time. And I'm gonna read this to you because I found it and I've been meditating on it, off and on all week. And basically it says that all that is important is this one moment. All that all that is important is this one moment. All that is important or otherwise, important or not important, is found in this moment. Anything real and tangible, any life, any as I speak, I'm speaking now. I didn't I'm not speaking then. Then is then, but I'm speaking now, and that's the only real and most important place and in space that is important to us as creators. What was, it's gone. It's gone. It's dead and gone. And what will be hasn't happened yet. And we're not guaranteed that we'll be there in that next moment. But what we have and what we're guaranteed is what we have right now in this moment. So all that is living is now. All that is alive is found now at this moment. So make this moment, make the moment that you're in, every breath that you take in and out, make that moment important, vital, and worthy of you. It's all you got is now. You had it. You had then, but you got now. You don't have later yet, but you have now. So don't let it slip away. Take full advantage of it. Take full advantage of it. Live to the fullest in every moment that we're blessed with, that you're blessed with. Don't let it go unnoticed. Recognize it and be thankful for it. Every now and then. I tell my clients every now and then, pause. Pause every now and then, sometime throughout your day. Just take a break. Take a break. Breathe and recognize that you're in the moment and that you are alive and you're well, and whatever it is you're doing it now. You're doing it now. So don't let it slip away. Don't let it get by you unnoticed or unused or underused. Take full advantage of every moment that you are blessed to exist and to be alive in. So we're going to be talking about that moment, that presence, and the power that's in the presence. Now, like I said, what was is gone. Can't go back and undo it. We can't go back and redo it. We can't go back and fix it. We can only take now and maybe do it over, do it a different way, redo it. But we can't go back and undo what we did. We have to, everything that we're doing now will result in something that if we're fortunate enough to go into the next moment and the next moment, that we will maybe experience the result of what we're doing right now. All right? So as conscious creators, aware, awakened, and conscious, we know that we can only act in now. We act now. I can't act tomorrow unless I get there. What I've done in the past is done. I can't act in yesterday either. I can only act in this moment and right now. And if we have a desire, if we have a want, if we have a need, that need and those desires are in the present. And we may want something we may want something for tomorrow, but we may not see tomorrow. So it's nice to have plans and, kind of, have something to look forward to. But don't look so forward to it that we neglect or allow the present to go unnoticed. Because like I said before, everything that we do, every word that we speak, every act that we experience and act out has a result. And if we're lucky and we're blessed, we may live to see it or live to regret it. I don't know. It's according to how it turns out. But anyway, so the power of presence. There's no power in yesterday. There's no power in tomorrow until we get there. All right. And if we don't get there, then there won't be any power for us in it. As for me, now something that, a little bit of something that I'm going to share. I'm going to kind of talk about myself tonight because this is something that I'm just going to share some things about me. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to say that I'm someone who is always focusing on the next step. I always got something and, got some irons in the fire for tomorrow. Guilty as charged. Okay. Now, I'm sharing tonight. I'm hosting tonight. I'm sharing this lesson tonight. But you know what? This lesson is probably more for me than it is for anybody, for any creator there is. This is for me. And I'm going to kind of confess a few things about me. And something that I really want to confess, and I want to acknowledge, and I want to, just admit it right here in this moment. I want to say that I do have a tendency to focus, project into the future. I'm always focusing. I'm always looking for the next thing. I'm always planning for this wish to come true or this desire to materialize in my life or to go here or go there and do this and do that. And always planning. I'm always planning and focusing. And rather than stop, I'm always, like I said, I'm always in tomorrow or in, thinking about what's got to happen, planning it out. And I'm always longing and yearning for the next thing in my life. I mean, I'm happy with what I have. I don't know. I don't fail to say thank you most days, every day of my life. I'm expressing gratitude for something or another. But my mind and my thoughts are in the future, out there planning and mapping and yearning and deciding what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it and when it's going to get done and, what it's going to look like and just dreaming about it and thinking about it and, just mulling over it and just, I'm out there in the future. And I do it all the time. I'm a person that lives in my mind. I have to admit, I'm a person that I have to be careful and cautious to understand and recognize. You're in your mind again, Gene. You on that train. You're on that runaway train of thought. You're all over the place. You have to reel myself in. And I'm the world's worst at taking those breaks when I need to take those breaks. But I'm getting better. And this week and this lesson this session is going to help me be a little bit more conscious and aware of the fact that I'm always projecting into the future, into the next best thing. Looking forward to the future. That's what I say. And it's not a bad thing. Of course, it's not bad. But when it does consume 90% of my daily thought, then it's a problem. Because I'm living 100% in the moment. I'm alive 100% in the moment. But I'm not fully engaged in the moment if 90% of my thoughts are projected out into the future or concerned and worried about what I did before, reminiscing and remembering what I've done in the past, then I'm losing out on the benefits and the power. Because there's not a whole lot of power in either one of those, in the past or the future, really. The power is all here. So if I'm spending 90% of my time, or even 60% of my time, 50% of my time away from the moment, then trust me, I am not utilizing all that wonderful power that is available to me. I can't manifest in the future. I can't manifest in the past. I can only manifest and create in the now. So if I really, 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 really want to get a handle on this thing, And I've got to learn how to reel myself into and stay more grounded in the present. Be more grounded in the present where my power resides so that I can be the most powerful and impactful and prolific manifester that I possibly can be. So I think over the past 5 years, I have diligently, I mean, just it's just really been faithful and diligent, uh, pursuing creativity, my creativity, and consequently, uh, you know, uh, really being a full-time student, being a full-time student of life itself, just pursuing manifestation, pursuing, uh, you know, becoming that master manifester, you know, you know, consulting my spirit guides and going back and reading folk like Neville God, well, a whole bunch of folk. I just read about those people that Jesus, all those people that could manifest. So over the past 5 years, I've been diligently pursuing creativity and studying very, very seriously, and sometimes too serious, because I said I'm leaving me uh, with a little, just a, well, very little time to really have fun and enjoy. Because we're here to enjoy. We're here to learn too. We're here to learn. We're here to take this journey through this beautiful third dimension. It's life, what we call life, journey of life. But we're supposed to enjoy it too. So I'm so busy pursuing how to be the best manifester to be, and learning how to be it, and studying and just just all into it. I spend a lot of time, just thinking about it and planning about it, and what am I going to talk about, and researching. But I'm not having that frolicky kind of fun. Like I said, I'm happy. I mean, it's kind of like I love it. I love doing what I do, because I get an opportunity once what I receive, what I learn, and what I experience, and what I really grasp, and I get that knowing about. I'm eager to share it. So I get it and I pass it on. But I'm always busy, just researching and looking into it and mapping it out. I want to have a little bit more fun. So I decided that I needed to have a little bit more fun. I need to frolic a little bit. I need to play. I need to do a little bit more playing, and not take it so seriously, because I do take what I do. And, on Thursday night when I come here, I take it very, very serious. I enjoy it. I totally enjoy it. And I would do it anyway. But there's more to life, more to me, more available to me than just doing, just being obsessive about understanding it. It's just have some fun. So all the time, like I said, I get a little bit too serious about it. So I'm taking a few steps back, and I'm looking at that, I'm evaluating how much time I spend on, just being serious about creativity, and got to get this done, and got to get this message out, and got to get this pulled, got to spend some time reading and researching this. And I just decided that that's good, it's fine, but where's the fun? Where's the frolic? I'm going to call it the frolic, the kid stuff, and not taking it so terribly serious. But like I said, enjoying it, but making it fun. So again, all of this researching and studying and trying to get to the bottom of or getting to be the master of master manifestors, it leaves me a little bit restless, and my mind is going constantly, all the time, just constantly mapping things out, or planning this, or looking forward to that, or just getting lost in a routine and things like, well, just stuff that just restless stuff, thoughts, like I said, I'm in my mind, too much of the time. So I've decided that I want to pull myself out of my mind And I want to ground myself in the presence. And I want to utilize some of the things that I'm learning and I'm understanding and that I share with you. I want to use them more. And I'm resolving and I'm intending, I'm making a resolution to myself and a promise to myself that I will move away. I'm going to move out of my mind. I'm going to move out of my mind and out of, off that train of that runaway train of thinking, that those endless thoughts and that restless mind of mine. And I'm going to learn how to enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment, because I promise you, when I'm in my mind, I'm not in the present. When I'm in my mind, I'm in the future. I'm in, I'm in some old dusty books and old dusty information and old lectures that somebody, you know, presented or gave to, people 30, 40, 200 years, tons of years ago, and I need to be now. I need to be in the present. If I'm going to manifest, I need to be in the present. So I am changing, I'm turning over a new leaf, changing my ways, and I'm going to be less in my mind and more in my present. And I'm going to encourage you to do that. So what I want to do tonight is I want to, let's see if I've got it. I hope I have it all here. Yes. Okay. I do have it. What I want to do tonight is I want to share with you some things that I have, sat down and really kind of thought about, and it's just some simple things that I can do to be more in the presence, to take more advantage of the power of my present, of the now. I crave more and more. One of the things I do, and it's just natural. I think this because I have this desire to be that master manifester, make magic, make miracles happen. I crave more and more meaning and understanding of life for myself, and with the ultimate hope that I can share it. I can share it with you and whoever. Like I said, if I get an audience of one, I'm gonna be talking about some creativity. I'm gonna be talking about manifestation. I'm just gonna do that. But I guess my deepest desire is to understand. My deepest desire is to understand in a way that I could. What can I share with you? I want to understand, because if I don't understand it, I hesitate to share it. If I haven't had experience with it, I hesitate to share it. I read a lot of stuff. I read a lot of stuff, and I hear a lot of magic things happen. God, Jesus walking on water. I haven't done that yet, but I'll share that with you, because those are things that you know. Hello, how you doing, Jessica? Welcome to the Conscious Creators ToolBox. But anyway, I do one of my deepest desires is really to understand creativity, everything that there is to know about creativity and manifesting and being that master manifester. And again, so that I can share it, so I can play it forward. And all of my efforts, all of this efforts of my studying and just digging and trying to understand manifestation, creativity, and all the powers, that all that unlimited and unrestricted power that is mine to have and to hold and to do and to be any and everything that I want to be. I most of the times I just kind of get stuck, and I feel kind of out of control because uh, because you can go down a rabbit hole, start looking for stuff. You're digging and trying to find an information, and you're studying, and pretty soon like sometimes I look up and it's it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm still reading, or I'm still browsing the net, and that's a little bit more a little bit too obsessive, I think. So one of the one of the role models, and I'm gonna probably always seek understanding, and I'm always gonna be a studier, but I want to get a better handle on it, because I don't want it to handle me. I want to handle it, and I want to again be in the moment, because I understand that my power is in the moment. My power is not in getting all this information and then figuring out how to use it next week or whatever. I want to do, want to be now. So I'm going to learn how to incorporate my studying, I think, and my digging and my seeking in the moment so that I can, and I want to recognize that what I'm doing. I don't want to get out of control. I don't want to feel like I'm in my head all the time trying to think and plan and mapping things out. I want to enjoy. I want to take advantage of the moment because I want to live and then not just study, but I want to live and have some fun and share and share. So anyway, one of my role models I use to pattern my life after, and probably everybody knows this, and I'm a missionary kid, and we grew up in studying and going to Bible study and Sunday school, and so one of my role models in life that I pattern my life after is Jesus, the Christ, and I studied him as a child, and I can probably rattle off all the stories about Jesus and some of those stories about the folk in the old. I just know it. I just know those things because again, even as a child, I had this desire to understand and to know these people that could work these magics and work this miracle. Because I wanted to be like that too. I wanted to be able to, heal people and get people well and raise people from the dead and feed tons of people and make sure that the captives were set free, and I want to do all those things. So how do they do it? So that's what I started. This is when I kind of got lost in the rabbit holes because I started digging and trying to understand that. But one of the characteristics of all of these master manifestors, all of them, one of the characteristics that I failed to see until, well, I guess I knew it, but I just really failed to really, it was like a light bulb came on. One of the main characteristics of all of the master manifestors was or is their ability and they're just being present, being in the now, Neville Goddard, when he talked about the things how he experienced focusing and how he experienced using his imagination. It wasn't, he used it, yesterday. He was using it in the present moment. He lived in the moment. He lived in the moment, and what he did was now. It wasn't before, or it was now. So the power that all of these master manifestors had, that was unique and sometimes very elusive for me, is being present, being in the now. So like I said, I woke up, one day last week, I think it was one day last week, and I thought about it. I said, I spend a lot of my time thinking about the future, planning and mapping things out. Or I get stuck in the past, going over, rehashing things that I've done in the past. And I'm doing that, and I spend too much time in both of those areas, or both of those spaces of time, which again, there's no power in it. And it's nice to remember, but it's not nice to remember and remember and remember and remember, and you're letting all the now just zip by you. And it's not, it's nice to plan ahead and have some things in you get things you can hope for. That's good hope, but not so much again that you miss out on now, your present. So how do we do that? How do we balance it out? I always balance it out. I remember, I don't know, waking up one day this past few days and past week or so, and this came very loud and clear to me. It was just like, like a loudspeaker was in my ear, and it said, "Jean, you can only manifest now, not then, not later. You manifest now. So you want to manifest best? Talking about manifesting best? Get out your head. Get out your head. Shut off the thoughts, or to redirect them, and be in the now. Because what you want to manifest You gotta manifest it. You gotta do the do. You gotta do the work now. Now. All right. So the question so that question popped up was, okay, so now what? Again, so what I've decided is I decided that I will focus my restless mind and my endless thoughts. I would redirect them into now as often as I can. And I'm not guaranteed because I am an air sign. I'm a true air sign, with air all over my chart. Okay. I'm air, air. There's a little bit, it's a water, but just mostly air. So it's gonna be a challenge for me. But I came up with some simple things to do, and I'm gonna share those with you and see, see what you think. See what you think. But anyway, so my intention is to focus a little bit, focus more. Again, take that 95, 90% of, off into the future and bring that down to, kind of reduce that a little bit more. Maybe, make myself, increase my time in the present and being aware and being in the now more than I have been in the past. So there are a few things that I have decided, like I said, and I intend to do to learn to enjoy and to ground myself in the present. One of those things, I'm not just a few, I think I got 3 or 4 here. One of the things is that I've decided to, first of all, is turn off my multitask motor in my brain. All right. I can read, I can listen to a lecture. I can listen to an audio. I can answer some emails. I mean, but you know what? None of those things are being done accurately if I can do 2 or 3 things at a time. So I'm going to turn that off. I am going to deliberately force myself to center my attention on one task at a time. Because honestly, you can't. You really, I don't care. I don't care how many things you think you can do simultaneously. You can't, because your mind is only going to be focused on one thing, and even me, my mind is going, like, I don't know how many miles a thought an hour or whatever a minute, but it's going, and even I can only pay attention to one thought at a time. All right, so I decided that I'm going to deliberately turn off the multitasking. If what I'm doing, I'm going to be focused, and all of my attention is going to be placed on that task that's before me. I'm going to put everything else aside and focus on that task and give it my full attention. All right, and that's one of the things I'm going to do. I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to begin to just focus on it, and by doing that, I'm going to hopefully have just take a little bit more control over my thoughts and my thinking process. Uh, Sometimes I get on a routine though when I'm doing just one thing. I start doing it, just handling the hands by, just doing it and not thinking about it. But I'm going to deliberately um, make every effort to be focused on one task at a time, one thing at a time. Another thing I decided that I was going to do is I was going to, choose a hobby, choose something that I really enjoy doing, that just something that I do. I mean, I've got several hobbies that I do, but when I want to just take one at a time, and maybe just on a daily basis, 5 or 6 days in a week, just 4 or 5 hobbies, and I probably got several hobbies. Then I can rotate it, and I want to take one hobby each day and focus at least 30 minutes on it. Exercising is one of my hobbies. I love to do that. I like to work out. So I can, take a 30-minute walk, or go, do some Nautilus, or some yoga or something for 30 minutes, or read. I love writing. I like writing poetry. You do that. I like, researching is a hobby for me. So I'll just take 30 minutes to do that. And again, one task at a time, one hobby at a time. give it that 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever, an hour or 2 hours, whatever, and stay focused on that. So that's another thing. And the thing too about hobbies is it kind of teaches it helps me when I'm all involved in a hobby and I'm enjoying it. It kind of gives me an opportunity, and I usually put uh, put some headphones in or put some plugs in my ears so that I won't be disturbed or whatever. Don't always turn the music on, but I just kind of want to close out everything. But I'm gonna really, whatever that hobby is, I'm gonna really center my attention on what I'm doing, like with the one task at a time, no multitasking, one hobby at a time. And when I'm in that hobby, I'm going to watch my thoughts and make sure that I redirect them to whatever that hobby is that I'm doing. Whether it's walking, even when I'm walking, one of the things I thought, instead of just walking along and humming along and, sometimes forgetting and people blowing the horn at me because I'm stepping out in traffic or whatever, I'm going to concentrate on where I'm going and look about me and maybe discover some things in my neighborhood that I've probably overlooked because I was off in my mind and my thinking as I'm walking through. So I'm gonna, just check out the trees and the birds and the bees and the people and just things that's happening around me, and deliberately, especially when I'm walking, deliberately sit down afterwards and kind of evaluate and think and just kind of go back over what did I see, and maybe incorporate those experiences in my journaling, because I do journal every couple of times a day, morning and night. So I'm gonna start recording uh, my experiences in these new intentions that I'm setting for myself. The third thing I want to do is I want to learn something new every day. I remember when I was a little girl, my grandmother said to me, she says, the way you know you're alive is you learn something new every day. And that kind of stuck with me. I don't know if I deliberately kind of be attentive to that, but I'm going to start being attentive to that. I'm going to start being intentional about what I learned that I didn't know yesterday or the day before. So every day I want to deliberately make an effort to, and not just in researching about manifestation, just something new. It doesn't have to be about creativity so much, but just about life. How to change a tire. I kind of know how to do that, but not really. Or bake something. Get a new recipe and bake something, or learn a new yoga stretch, or just something, anything new. Because like my grandmother said, reminded us, try to learn something every day. I remember coming home from school, and one of the first things she would ask, "What you learn today?" And she loved to hear it. And if we say nothing, that would not work with her. She would make us go over the whole day. Start with walking into the school room, the school building. What did you see? She would make us go back through our day and figure out something that we didn't know yesterday or the day before. So I do make it a habit of doing that. But I'm going to start recording. I'm going to start having that as part of my journal as well. Recording something new that I did not know yesterday, uh, today, right? And let's see. I think there was one more that I was going to do. I think it's one more. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Now you will notice here that I didn't put meditation on there, did I? No. I do meditate because I do my morning meditation, my morning prayer, my morning meditation, and my evening, which is okay. But I'm not the best meditator. I'm not really great at meditation, and I've got a meditation coach that we just kind of we kind of I'm getting used to that. But I'm not the best meditator because I'm in my mind too much. So I'm a challenge. I'm one of his challenge students. Okay. But I didn't put that on there because that's something that I hopefully we all do, um, anyway, that we meditate and we pray. And the only thing about meditation and prayer, because like I said, I'm a missionary kid. So that's a custom for us to pray every day, 2 or 3 times a day, whatever. So sometimes it can get up to be a routine. And I don't want it. And routines for me is I do it remotely, and my mind is not on it. And I'm not, it's hard for me to be mindful because my mind has its own mind. Okay. So uh, that's a challenge for me. And I am going to continue with my meditation, but I didn't put that on as one of my lists. My list is things that I want to deliberately do to bring myself and into the present to enjoy it. To enjoy it. Meditation is peaceful and it makes me feel great when I finish doing it. But a walk, doing a walk through the neighborhood is and really being present in that walk and not off in my mind planning and thinking of the next best thing I'm going to do. But yes, Jesus does love me. Yes. But just being present when I'm doing it, or doing a hobby or some hobby, another hobby, any hobby that I'm doing, to just be present in there and in the moment, and being able to sit down later and assess it and recall it and record it. But being present, meditating, put that on your list. Make sure you do that anyway. So I'm not gonna, you already know you do that. But these are things that I want you to, I just kind of want you to recognize that you can do to pull your attention and your whole self into doing with your hands or your eyes, and or using your emotions, using your voice, singing, that's a hobby, writing and new songs or whatever, reading to yourself, reading out loud, or I love to read to my grandkids, so maybe reading out loud, just something different. I do just a hobby, something that I enjoy doing that will keep me focused in the present, in the moment. And you can come up with a list. Sit down and come up with your own list as well of things that you can do to bring yourself into the moment, into the present. I think that, oh, there was one other thing that I was going to do. And this one's going to be a kind of a hard one for me too. And it is, I'm going to start saying no less, a little bit less, and yes more. And this will force me, for me anyway, this will force me to kind of move out of my comfort zone. Because like I said, I'm so focused on what I want to do and what I want to get done that, if people ask me to do things or I get opportunities to do whatever, then, well, I'm busy. Got this going on. And, I'm going to stop being so busy with just stuff that I do remotely or with my mind. And I'm going to say yes a little bit more often to invitations and things that are presented, opportunities that are presented to me that I can do that would force me out of that routine, out of that mental and that comfort zone, because I'm very comfortable in my mind. I am, I'm comfortable there, but just pull me out of that into the present so that I can be more involved in life and not so tucked away with my head down or in a book or listening to something, you know. Anyway, those are 4 things that I came up with. And I'm going to encourage you to sit down and think of 4 things that you can do to pull yourself and your attention and your awareness into the present and out of the past and back away from the future, right in today. So just sit down and think of some things. There's some, just think of a few things that you can do as well. Because remember, all that is important is in the moment, in the now. Your power is in the present. Your happiness is in the present. Your life is in the present. Your joy is here and now. How you feel, what you're feeling right now is now. That headache that you had yesterday, or that, that stomach ache or whatever was going on yesterday, that was yesterday. But what's going on is now is the most important. It's more important to you than anything, because what's happening now will affect what happens in the future. Not necessarily what you plan, because if you ain't doing it right, if you haven't set the game up, if you haven't set the board up, then you're gonna get tomorrow and get to your destination or your planned destination, and you're gonna find that you left something out. So if you stay present and you're enjoying it, we won't have so many surprises, I think, in the future, or so many disappointments in the future, if we are if we stay grounded and present and conscious and aware in the now, keeping all of ourselves in the now. It's a lot more than than probably currently do. I'm just going to encourage you to do that. Recognize that you are an unlimited, unrestricted created being, created to do and to be and to have what your creator can do and be and have. But you can't have it in the past. You can't have it yet in the future. You have it now. You can't do what you do now, tomorrow. You have to do it now. You can't go, you're done with yesterday. So now is all you got. Don't let it slip away. Don't let it slip away without using it to the max, to the fullest. Right? Don't let it get away. Make this very moment that you're living in, that you're alive in, be the most important. Make it vital to you. Make it worthy to you. Use it to the max. Use it up. Don't leave nothing on the table. Don't leave nothing on the table for tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to take care of tomorrow. Whatever is ready, whatever is needed for tomorrow, it's going to be there in tomorrow, okay? So use all of your today. Use every bit of your today that you possibly can use. Spend a little time planning if you want to. Not too much. And don't be worrying about what you did yesterday. It's gone. Dead and gone. But what you're doing today, will affect what's going to happen with you tomorrow, okay? That's all I have tonight. That's all I have. Remember, I gave you 4 simple little things that you can do. You can say yes a little bit more than you say no. Get out your comfort zone. Say, yeah, okay, I'll do it. You can also focus on a hobby, something that you love to do, that you enjoy doing, that will keep you centered in the present moment as you're doing it. If it's a hobby that you can just do with your eyes closed, it's not a hobby. All right, it's not a hobby at all. It's a habit. So get a hobby that you can you can get into, and can get your mind and your heart and your feelings and everything grounded into in the moment. And learn something new. Make it a point that you are going to learn something that you didn't know yesterday. And do like I plan to do. I plan to at the, as I'm doing my journaling in the morning, listing what was it, what did I learn yesterday, pretending my grandmother's there asking me, what did you learn at school today? Then I just jot down what I didn't know that I do know now. And just, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, it could just be something simple. Like I know that I don't know, I found a new coin, and guess what, I found it, there's a half penny in I don't know, some foreign coin, foreign currency, and I found that, or whatever it is that you learn, just kind of jot it down, and pat yourself, give yourself some high fives, and you do it. Meditate, of course, meditate and pray. That's a great way to do it, unless you're an air sign, and you're going to be off in never land, and or in the fifth dimension or something when you meditate. That's what happens with me. Then I kind of have to bring myself back because I'm not present. I'm just off somewhere else. I don't know. But anyway, this is just my few things to do. I'm sure that you can come up with your ideas, and just bottom line is, remember that your power is today. Your power is now. Your power is the power that was gone, and you haven't tuned into the power for tomorrow, because tomorrow will take care of tomorrow's necessary powers that's needed. Your power is for now. Your power is for now. Your power. Your power is in the present. All right. You can't manifest yesterday. You can't manifest tomorrow. You have to manifest today. That's all I have today. Jessica, thank you so much. Baby steps, right? Take baby steps. Baby steps. And just make sure that you make sure that you're not letting too much of your moments, too many of your moments pass you by. All right. If you don't do anything but recognize that you're breathing, breathing, because you are. How many breaths do you take in that moment? Think about that. and just stop and just look around and see, hey, I'm alive. And it's Tuesday or Thursday, 2 o'clock in the morning, or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or just present yourself to yourself as often as you can during the day, and recognize who you are, what you are, and whose you are, because your power is present. Your power is in your now. Manifest best. I will see you next week for the Conscious Creators Toolbox, and we'll talk about another one of your creative abilities. But your power, creative power can only be used now. So take those tools out of the toolbox now and do something with them. All right. Take care. God bless you. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. And that's God loves you. And you love. Take care. And I'll see you next week. Good night.